Good morning, good morning, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and future honored guests that I am speaking into existence. Welcome. Thank you for this opportunity to share with you my newfound passion for returning to the craft of acting. The reason let me just preface this. My reason for returning, I've always learned by doing. I've always learned on set with the director, on stage, creating a character, and I've studied Stanislavski as much or more than I've studied the Torah. And it's innate. It's very central to who I am and what I do. And I just never felt that school was quite the thing. Because it's all there. However, I decided that since my experience allowed me to prepare for stage, and the thing about stage is that you get 50 or more hours of rehearsal per scene, the whole, before an audience ever sees your work, you are completely rehearsed, completely connected with the other actors. You've lived this character so many times, and it's second nature. The words surprise you because they come so quickly. You don't even think them. They flow out of you because it's become part of you. It's become part of your synapses. And studying with David Strasberg at the Strasberg Institute has allowed me to begin to embrace the gracious nature of the work in a very efficient manner. And whether it's the Alexandra technique, where your body is centered and relaxed and everything is aligned and relaxed, to the voice and movement and characters. It's very effective when I'm learning. And by the grace of God, I have been received, after every time I've performed so far, the professors have said, now class, that's where we want to get to. I've heard that from every one of my teachers. By the end of this term, that's where we want to be. And so that has been a tremendous honor. My first assignment is to study Hamlet. Now, I thought, I've studied Ophelia. I could study the other women's roles, but this was for the exercise of discovery. And what I discovered is that this man, Hamlet, has come to terms with the fact that there is no finality in death. That because his father has come to him and his memory is alive, and he is on a mission given to him by his father, he has absolutely completely given himself to this mission. And the famous soliloquy, "To be or not to be," is, in my opinion, so many say, oh, it's his contemplation of suicide. But I think it's more his affirmation of the fact that death is not final, that it's merely the beginning of another part of our journey. And so I would like to share with you my interpretation of the "To be or not to be" soliloquy. to be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long a life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would far dells bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you very much. That was beautiful. Can I get a minute on the clock, please? And everybody write their reviews, send them to Alexandra.